And I just realized as I was about to send it to you that you couldn't relate to the feeling of putting on an overnight pad and then having it fall to the side and like bleed all over your underwear. I was like, no, that's not even. I was like, that's not even like funny to send to her. Like, it's like, if
no,
you
that's
don't...
just me tucking with a wet dream. I'm not gonna make it. I know it's a bot, but still. It's not impossible to die to bots, especially in situations like that.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to And They Were Classmates.
Oh my God, they were classmates.
I'm Jess.
And I'm Nolynn, and subscribe to this podcast. I forgot it last week, but not the week before. We're going to go a little every other. When we reach, 200 subscribers, Jessi is going to make a Minecraft video.
I'll finally make a Minecraft video and actually post it. The worst part is that I've made them. I just haven't posted them. I'll finally post a Minecraft video. Mm-hmm.
It's been this like 2-year edging of you, like every podcast saying like, yeah, I'm going to get into content soon.
Yeah, no, it's because I keep making content and then it's not up to my own standards and then I delete it.
No, I totally get it. And that was honestly me for 2 years as well, even with streaming and stuff. So,
and I'm too afraid to stream to force me to make content. So I'm just making TikToks until I die, I think.
Yeah. Worst case, TikToks until you die. Yeah.
That's how it goes.
But yeah, we're having an epic little November here. I'm so excited. Yeah. This is just my favorite time of year.
Really?
And I don't know why I didn't say that last week when we were talking about like favorite seasons and favorite holidays and stuff. But like, I'm always like
Thanksgiving pilled?
Not even that. It's just every memory in like fall and early winter is just beautiful to me.
That's
I don't know
so
why.
Fair.
I'm like every single year I'm like, no, we're in the good old days right now.
Yeah,
and I say that every time. But nobody believes it in the moment. That's what's weird. Is like I try to share that sentiment and they're like, no, not really.
Well, it's
but
like
then I know
it's the sentiment of like, how do you know that it's like, well, how do you know when the good old days begin? And it's like, well, it's because your day is done. Like it's the good old days start as soon as they're done. Yeah. And it's so it's so strange. Like I was thinking about that earlier. Weirdly enough, because I was thinking really hard about Minecraft because I've been trying to figure out my next project. Right. Because while I'm waiting to find out when I can leave my house today because my boyfriend and I share a car and he got stuck at work today. I was like, oh, I might as well like plan out whatever because Ace and I do this really cool thing where because we like playing video games in the same room because we can't be far apart from each other or we'll die. Yeah. I play Minecraft on my computer while he plays Persona 5 Royal, which is what we're working through right now because we've played through Persona 5 together already. Yeah. So now it's time for Persona 5 Royal, and we've been playing through. We were like, I think we had just finished Kamoshida's Palace. We're like 11 hours in. Ace is following a fucking guide, and he realizes that on like April 10th, he forgot to do one thing because important information. All I'm doing is listening to the story and making dialogue choices that don't affect confidence levels.
We went over it last week a little bit.
Did I? Okay. Yeah. Okay. I couldn't remember how much I went into it last week. Mm-hmm. No, but so we've been doing that, and Ace realized he forgot to feed a plant on like October 10th. Which means that he couldn't have his like one stat up high enough to get the next confident level that we needed because he needed to get his kindness up because you get kindness from feeding your plant, and you can only the day we were supposed to do it, we were like a little short on money, so he was like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, and because he didn't realize that it was hard set, you can only feed it like he went to go feed it and it was like, oh, the plant doesn't need to be fed, it looks healthy, and he's like I need to be kindness rank 2 to do Anne's confident level. Yeah, so now right now he's at home speed running to get through and follow the guide and do it completely right so that when I get home tonight I can play Minecraft while we continue the story. And he felt he silently crashed out for probably 20 minutes. Oh yeah. Cuz he paused, he realized, he looked up if he could do it, and then he sat there scrolling on his phone, not actually looking at anything for 20 full minutes. I was like, I'm going to sit here and be quiet and just keep playing the game. I'll talk to him when he talks to me.
The worst part about streaming is you're not allowed to do that. And there have been so many points where I am just pissed and upset, but you kind of just have to keep it moving. Even when you're on like 2 viewers, it's like, it just doesn't pay to like go waste time. Like I can go do the Wordle or whatever, but like Especially,
I don't know. I think it's really funny when a streamer crashes out so hard they just go and do something else for 10 minutes and then come back and they're like, okay, now that we've done the Wordle, I can get back into this boss fight.
That's the thing though. Sometimes I really just want to shut the fuck up and scroll Twitter and just not be there. And that's what you're not allowed to do. But I've been playing Pac-Man World 2 repack. I beat the game and I'm doing the time trial levels, and then they do it like bronze, silver, gold with like which one you're supposed to get. And how they do it is like basically the fruits in the levels will be replaced with those little like stopwatches that subtract like 5, 3, 2 seconds, but you don't see the time until the very end of the level. So it gets really weird to know like what kind of pace you're on. And some of those gold medals just don't make sense to me. Like even when I watch the video and I see what I'm supposed to do, it just doesn't make sense. So
real.
It's just been a lot of that of like, I hate this game so much, but it is the best game. I've already put 20 hours into it, and it came out September 26th.
I love the games that you love.
Yeah.
And the movies that you love. I mean this with so much sincerity and love and light in my heart. I've never met someone who is so committed to adoring dog shit.
Yeah.
In the most pure way possible.
Yeah.
But I'm also saying this as someone who also enjoys dog shit, just a different kind. So like this is kindred spirits speaking to each other.
Yes. It honestly, my Letterboxd top 4 is so embarrassing.
Funny.
Okay, get ready. Mean Girls, 2024. 500 Days of Summer. If and Spirited. It is literally, I'm the worst person you know.
It's so funny.
Time and time again.
No, but that's why I love that's why it's so fun to talk about movies with you, because I also love dog shit, but just like different dog shit. Because like, I mean, I make all of my friends watch Idiocracy, like stuff that's like dog shit in a different way. And I also just like bad movies. Yeah. Like there are some movies that I just really enjoy because they're bad, except I do have like a limit.
Yeah, red one.
Red one.
That was my limit.
I'm gonna be honest, Morbius.
Yeah.
I tried and it sucks because like I watched it like with my friends, like right after work, so we were all just like chilling, having a good time, like we were making jokes, and
just, the perfect setup for like a great like ironic.
And we still didn't enjoy that movie. Like it was just so not good.
No, it's the worst feeling, especially when you see something in theaters expecting that and it just doesn't happen.
Oh yeah, no. I also. This is gonna be a hot. Sorry to my horror community and my analog horror fans. Skinamarink wasn't good.
That's what I have a coworker who shares that opinion. It's like the only movie he's rated 1 star, or maybe half a star. I didn't like
Skinamarink because see the problem is that I could tell what parts were from the original short film because it was just the short film, but they padded it out with a lot of shots of empty rooms. At least that's what it felt like to me. The short film was much better paced.
Right.
Although in Skinamarink's defense, I did like doze a little bit as it went on, just because it took so long to do anything that I did end up falling asleep for a good 10-15 minutes in the middle of it. But I will say that everyone else in the room fell asleep for at least 10 to 15 minutes of that movie, which is insane because it was 4 people who love horror movies.
Yeah.
And all of us fell asleep for at least 10 to 15 minutes of it. But all 4 of us were awake to wonder where the toilet went. The line that we all woke up for was like, where did the toilet go?
Yeah.
And I think that really solidifies what the Skinamarink viewing experience is. Because that's what it is you're watching empty rooms, and then every so often one of the kids whispers that something is missing.
Damn. I've never seen it, but it sounds terrible.
Watch the short film.
Okay. Yeah, that's the worst thing in the world, though, when you're ready for just a peak ironic viewing, and then it's genuinely so bad it's not even like fun. Yeah. Like, and it's
I think
crazy
that's how some of my friends felt about Idiocracy when I made them watch it.
But like, I love Spirited. It's my 4th favorite movie, and it's so bad it's good. And so going into Red One, I'm like, this is great. This is Spirited, but now it's like a fucking like tactical like Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
See,
J.K.
the problem
Simmons.
is that I think I could watch Red One and enjoy it just because The Rock is in it.
No, that's the worst part. It's not even like a funny, ironic like rock.
No, thing. I don't. I was gonna say I don't even like The Rock. I was gonna do it just because I think it's funny to laugh at him and hate him.
Sure. But I don't know. It was just genuinely the worst. Like, it was such a disappointment. Such a disappointment.
I was like, for once I'm already connected to Wi-Fi, so I could check my Letterboxd and see what the worst movie I've rated the best is really quick, because I haven't rated a whole lot on my Letterboxd. Because I'm really bad about watching movies actually all the way through instead of just watching like chunks of them as they come out.
It is
not tough. To sound old, I watch movies on cable. So I only like counting movies on Letterboxd if I watch them beginning to end. So if I don't watch the whole movie, I don't count it, even if I watch like 3 fucking quarters of it.
Yeah, wait, what are we looking for? Like
the worst movie that you know that you rated the best, like a movie that you know is like kind of you rated it really well, but you know it's objectively not good. Got it. I rated The Girl Next Door 3.5 stars. That's kind of fucking crazy. It's kind of a gooner movie.
Oh, I have mine.
What is it?
It's called The Sunchaser. It stars Woody Harrelson, and it had a budget. Let me load it up on Wikipedia. So Sunchaser had a budget of $31 million, and this is in 1996. And in the box office, it made $21,000. And I watched it, and it's so beautiful. It is the most beautiful movie I've ever seen. 5 stars and a heart. Go watch The Sunchaser. I would love if I could make The Sunchaser like a meme in like my community and stuff, just because it's genuinely so fucking good, but like kind of bad. Like I'll admit, like it's not the greatest thing I've ever seen. Like it doesn't crack my top 4, which says a lot about me. But I don't know. It's just genuinely a beautiful journey from start to finish that I loved it.
You know what? Sometimes your top movie isn't the best movie you've ever seen, but it's the one that you enjoyed the most.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a thing that more people need to consider.
So that's genuinely like how I do like a like, or like, especially my top 4. I rank it by like, what would I be willing to watch at any moment, like right now? And that's my top 4. Like, oh yeah. And as it goes higher up, it means like I could watch Mean Girls twice in a row and I would have an enjoyable time. I could watch Spirited twice in a row and I'd have an enjoyable time. And I get that that's kind of a weird way to do your top 4, but it's like, that's just how I'm purely for enjoyment. I'm purely for fun. I'm purely
that's how I do
a kid.
That's how I picked my top 5 books on Storygraph. Yeah. Was I just went by like, books that I know that I could like pick up and reread. Mm-hmm. Like one of them is a book that I literally as a kid used to finish reading and then just like back to the first page.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Exactly.
Like because I just enjoyed that book and that series so much. In case you're wondering, it was The We Free Men by Terry Pratchett.
All right.
I'm a big Discworld fan. For my fantasy heads, if you guys are looking for a huge fantasy series that is not entirely linear but has, I think, like 20 to 30 books in it, the Discworld series, great. It's one of those, like, all of these books take place in the same world, and some of them, there's loose storylines that you can follow. It's like an awesome family tree of like a bunch of slightly interconnected stories. So, like that. Hell yeah.
I like that.
That's why I'm so into fantasy now, is because of Terry Pratchett. So rest in fucking peace.
Well, I binged the greatest series of all time this week. I watched all of the Twilight movies for the first time.
I'm so glad.
And the best part, I got to watch them in theaters.
That's so beautiful.
They re-released them.
Oh yeah, they did. No, that's so beautiful. I watched all of the Twilight movies in theaters as they came out.
Sure, yeah, and that's the difference here.
Yeah. Well, because my important asterisk, because a lot of you are going to look at me and go like, you're 24. The first movie came out in 2008. My mom wanted to go see them first. That's why I got to go with my single mother. Benefit of having divorced parents, you get to go to the movies with them because they don't want to go with their 20-something coworkers.
But I wanted to read my Letterboxd review. Sorry, this is the Letterboxd episode. Sign up for Letterboxd, I guess.
When is it ever not the Letterboxd episode with us?
At this amount, never. All right, my review for Twilight 2008. Get ready.
I'm so excited.
Okay, 4 stars, or 4.5 stars. Listen, I get that these movies take themselves very seriously, and that means they're a little silly sometimes. But if you can't make it through a single pivotal scene without bursting out laughing, that does make you an asshole, regardless of how cheesy the movie is.
I have a feeling something happened in your theater.
They just wouldn't stop laughing at every fucking moment. Yeah, his skin glitters. That's a little funny. But like, is it laugh out loud funny?
Yeah, see, I'm someone that ace jokes that I titter while I watch or read stuff. Like I'm someone that like no matter if I feel like a strong emotion during a movie, I kind of do like a like, you know.
See, but that's okay.
But that's one thing.
Yeah.
And he also makes fun of me because I also like me and like most of my family do this, which is why he makes fun of me, because he didn't realize that I did it because my entire house does it until he came to my house and heard everyone doing it. Is when we get really into an action scene, all of us do the exact same thing. We all go, ha ha! Like we're just those people.
Really?
I don't know why. I don't know why we do it. We just laugh really loud like once.
Yeah.
We're just that white. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
But it's something that I've always done, like, and it's not that loud or exaggerated. It's a lot more natural. But like I needed to illustrate
Sure.
like what it looks like to seeing like my uncle do it for the first time. No, but so I can like reckon with like, yeah, like you can laugh through.
You can
like,
react, of course. It's
yeah,
like we're
but there's a
gathered to
difference-
watch this for that reason.
I was gonna say, but I know that there's a difference between that and then just laughing at the movie because you're like, it's the funny
Exactly.
part.
It's just, it pisses me off. And like, again, like that's what I said in my review. It's like, I know that it's taking itself very seriously, but it's like, are you so irony poisoned that you can't take it seriously too? Like all of you, there's like 50 people in this theater, and not that they're all laughing and I'm like, guys, quiet, you know, but
doesn't anybody know this?
It's a group of teenagers behind me that are very clearly watching this as if they're on a couch in a living room together. And like, that's not what we're doing. And all those tickets, I got them for free because I work at the movie theater, but they're $15. So it's like people are like paying to watch this in theaters, you know?
Yeah.
And then there was also a coughing old lady next to me, so she also pissed me off.
That can't be helped. That's different though.
That's very different.
No, yeah, I fucking hate. So something kind of similar to me. I think I've talked about this before on the podcast when I went to see the Barbie movie. Because I randomly went to see it. Me and my friends went to the county fair and we were like, we don't want to hang out at the fair anymore. It's fucking hot and we're all sweating. So we want to go and find something to do inside, but also we've been outside. It's been hot and sweaty all day. We don't want to like go to like a store.
Yeah.
We want to like sit down somewhere. So we're like, well, let's go get dinner and do something else. And like we decided to go to a movie. We decided to go see the Barbie movie because it was Barbenheimer summer. It was the Barbenheimer summer. And it was Barbenheimer summer. Sorry. No, but so we went and it was the four of us sitting in a row and we were just enjoying the AC. It was nice and cool in there, you know, and we're all enjoying our popcorn and our giant drinks and having a great time. And there's this group of like, it was early enough that people were still coming to see it for the first time, but there was also a lot of people coming back, but it wasn't like a full theater anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like what I argue is the peak movie experience where it's like, you know, 3/4 of the way at most full.
Yeah.
Like everyone's kind of chilling. Most people have room to like put their feet forward in front of them instead of having everyone's like sitting fucking shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
And there's these 4 fucking teenagers in front of us and so we're sitting like one row back and they're sitting by like kind of a break in the 2 sets of chairs. We're sitting in like the back and then there's the front chairs that I never like sitting in because then you're like craning your neck. Yeah. So they're by like a handrail. So they're all able to like put their feet up on the handrail. We're like fucking lucky, whatever. We didn't get here in time to get those seats, whatever. But they're all chilling and whatever. And luckily they're not chatting, which was what we were worried about at first. Because at first they didn't shut up during the previews. And all of us are like kind of cinema heads. We're like,
yeah, you're ready. Like, don't make me do it. Don't make me confront you. I can't.
I'm like, I've been outside all day. I don't have the mental energy to argue with teenagers.
Yep.
Whatever. They're like fine. Like nothing happens throughout the whole movie until the what was I made for sequence. I am seeing this for the first time. I am the only person in my group of 4 that grew up a woman and stayed one. I'll put it that way. That either grew up a woman or was still a woman at that point. You know what I mean? So like no one else really had the same attachment to, well, and even then I'm somewhere existing in femininity but not quite womanhood. Yes, it's weird. Course. But like I'm the only person that's really attached to femininity at all. I guess is the best way to put that. Like everyone else is kind of detached from femininity. So I'm sitting there, I'm trying not to sob in a theater right now because I'm like, I'm having a moment where I'm like, this is what growing up as a woman felt like. This is what being a woman feels like. It's so good. And then I see a vape cloud fly up from in front of me.
No.
And I was like,
no.
Are you kidding me? And now I'm trying not to laugh because that's the funniest fucking
Kinda
time.
Is, yeah.
Yeah, no, because it was like, it was within 10 seconds of it ending too. So it's like the like moment like Margot Robbie and like the women are having the nice moment where they're like just starting to wrap that up, like the last few images, and then there's just a fucking strawberry cloud that shows up in front of me. That was the Barbenheimer experience. That was the mushroom cloud.
That literally was
from Oppenheimer next door.
Immersive experiences only. Yeah, no, that's
and it's such like a minor thing, but it's because it was at such like a pivotal point of me enjoying that movie that I mention it every single time anyone's like, yeah, shitty movie time. I'm like, yeah, the one time like
yes.
I was emotionally connecting with the Barbie movie.
And just the cloud.
That's awesome. and then I got out of the theater and all my friends made fun of me because they were all like, oh, you were crying during that? I was like, yes. They were like, well, and then like some of my friends that like aren't feminine anymore were like, well, they were like, well, I didn't. And I'm like, well, yeah, because you don't get it.
Because respectfully.
Respectfully, you didn't want this.
3.5 stars for Twilight Saga New Moon.
Okay.
And it says, she's just like me for real. I can only fall in love with those who confuse, betray, and torment me. 2 exclamation points. Real.
I feel like, I don't know why, but New Moon feels the most Mormon to me somehow. And I don't know how to explain it. There's something about it. I think it's because it's will they, won't they, with the least sexual tension possible.
Yeah.
It's just so Mormon. Because you know that Stephenie Meyer is Mormon, right? The original author of Twilight.
Oh, really?
She is a Mormon woman, yeah. I don't know if she's still practicing. Yeah.
That explains a lot.
No, and it's especially funny when you read the books, because in the books, Bella's constantly described as wearing... I distinctly remember, I don't remember what scene it's in, like what outfit she's wearing in the movies to compare it to. But Edward describes her as like tantalizing and said that she's like has to change. Like he's like, do you know what she's wearing? Floor length cargo skirt. And like a one of those like tighter, like, you know, if I say like early 2000s like tight girls Henley shirts, like, do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Like where it's like, yeah, she was wearing that, and he was like, you can't wear that around my family. You look too fucking good. And I'm like, wow, that's the most Mormon fucking like early 2000s Mormon outfit you could have described. But she's not Mormon.
So the Twilight Saga Eclipse, 3 stars. It's getting bad. I literally feel nothing towards Jacob. He is just some grouchy incel that wastes all of his time moping on about how she'll never love him like she loves Edward. Like, yeah, fix your attitude. Get used to it. Maybe Edward is a vampire. Ooh, scary. But much worse than that, Jacob is a hot-headed, impulsive little bitch. And that behavior, time and time again, is simply too annoying to ever be attractive to Bella. He just can't understand that for some reason.
I'm so glad that you see the light.
Yeah. I don't understand the concept of Team Jacob. It's like, we need to lock you up.
Team Jacob is because Taylor Lautner's hot.
Yeah?
I shit you not, almost everyone I know, I remember vividly that everyone I know that ever claimed that they were Team Jacob was because he was hotter.
That's messed up.
It was just because they thought he was hotter than Robert Pattinson.
That's messed up.
Which is also wrong.
Which
and
is
I'm
also,
not saying that, and I'm not
the
saying
fucking banner, like,
exactly. And
wrong.
I'm not saying that because Taylor Lautner is not a handsome man. He's a very handsome man, but I really like Robert Pattinson.
Yep, he's got that pale white face.
Also, I think it's really fucking funny that Taylor Lautner got married to a woman named Taylor, and now they are both professionally Taylor Lautner. I think that's really funny of them to do.
Wait, that is really funny. All right. Oh, and then in between those, on October 31st, I watched K-pop Demon Hunters.
Excellent. Palette cleanser. No, that's a beautiful palette cleanser.
5 stars and a heart. I got so many chills that I think I shedded all of my skin, and now I have new skin now. Anyway, the Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 1. I said 4 stars. If prime bloodthirsty Edward existed today, he'd be one of those kick pedophile hunters, but instead of beating them up in the target, he'd suck them dry live on the internet.
Insane phrasing, by the way.
Yeah. You know what I mean, though? Those guys who beat up the...
No, I know what you mean, because they did that outside of my work once.
Oh.
Yeah, there was one time that we found out that, in the work group chat, someone sent a Facebook link, and it was one of our dishwashers getting beat up outside trying to meet a girl by the dumpsters at work. We were like, oh! Send that to management real quick. Didn't see him again.
And then Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 2, also 4 stars. A spirited location and a Yes Man location? What is this? The best movie ever made?
That's what I'm saying.
Because they reused some filming locations from my faves.
How did you feel about the Alice vision reveal during Breaking Dawn?
So awesome.
Isn't it like the
It's so do people hate that?
No, it's one of those it's one of those things that every time you show someone that, you record their reaction to.
Yeah, my jaw dropped for 30 solid seconds.
No, it's so fucking good. Now imagine seeing that and you're like 12.
Yeah.
It was like,
oh my god, dude. It was genuinely so cool. So fucking cool.
And my mom, God. And it was really funny because I wasn't allowed to read the Twilight books, but I was allowed to go see the movies because my mom genuinely was like, I think that the books are slightly more salacious than the movies. And
sure.
You can agree or disagree with her about that. I think it was mostly about she didn't want to lend me her books for that long. And that was just her excuse. But so we went into the Breaking Dawn movies in theaters with her knowing what was going to happen and me not.
Yeah.
So I remember that reveal happening, and I looked over at my mom to see her reaction, and she was sitting there like,
Yeah.
Like just waiting.
Oh, it's so I don't know. It's just so cool. Like I've never even seen a movie do anything like that.
Yeah, and I know, and it's such a good. Such a good reveal.
Slight spoilers. Just they light his head on fire, and then it goes into his eyes, and then it like goes out, and then it's like the hand, and then you're like, because you're so emotionally invested. It's one of the best fights ever. Like I think the first like 5 or 10 minutes of the fight, I'm like, all right, this is dragging a little bit. I'm kind of ready to get out, and then the fight got really good.
Exactly.
Because they're just everybody's heads coming off. Carlisle, like, oh my god, and and then the reveal, and I'm like, holy shit, it was awesome.
No,
it was
it's so fucking good.
Cool. Oh my god.
No, I'm so glad that you can actually enjoy and appreciate the Twilight movies, because I was getting really sick of all these fucking Zoomers coming on here and being like, well, the Twilight movies are just camp. They're not just camp. They are fun cinematic experience.
Yeah, like they're cheesy and corny sometimes, but like that's just the pitfalls of watching a romance film. Any film with like a romantic plot is going to be corny. I didn't realize like the letterbox like spread, you know how it shows you the chart of like how the ratings look, and then you can kind of judge how a movie is like based on that, you know, like, oh, most people, you know, stopped like the peak of it is like 3.5, and then there's very few 4s and 5s, so you know it like can't, most people peak there. The letterbox for every single Twilight movie is all over the place.
Yeah.
And there's not even like a bump on 5 and like a bump on 1. It's like they are genuinely so divisive, and it's like, that is so interesting, because I've never seen that with any other like series or anything, and it's so cool. And I'm glad none of them were below like a 3 for me, so that like that's good. But it's so weird looking at those charts and like even scrolling through reviews, and they have like nice things to say about it, but then they're rating it like 2 stars. I'm like, who hurt you?
It's because like the culture was so. No. Not to be woke, I mean, culture hates teenage girls.
Yeah.
And it was so teenage girl coded in the early 2000s. Like, it was like everything was about how teenage girls were excited for it. Teenage girls were excited for it. So everyone looked down on it. Same thing happened with Justin Bieber. Same thing happened with One Direction.
This makes sense.
And I'm not saying this because these are all things I was a fan of at the time. But, like, it was so frustrating that, like, to this day, things that are popular with teenage girls are looked down upon because they're popular with teenage girls, and that's legitimately pointed to as a reason why they're bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I've actually heard the argument, this is bad because, well, its only fans are teenage girls.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
And that's such a crazy thing, because we don't say the same thing about things that are only enjoyed by teenage boys.
Oh no, because that stuff's cool.
Yeah, that's fine, because they're also allowed to enjoy it into adulthood without being looked down on. So, you know. But what do I know?
But what do I know? But what do we freaking know on this podcast?
Yeah, what do we freaking know?
Us as niche, very, very, very niche internet micro celebrities.
Yeah.
The best background audio on YouTube. Cheers.
For audio listeners who just got that lovely full chug, that was a 5-hour energy going down the hatch for Nolynn.
Oh, yeah. That 5-hour energy was a nightmare to obtain. Let me tell you.
Was it?
So I come into this space at 10:30.
Yeah, we had a wild day getting to recording, by the way.
We've had a wild couple of weeks, so I wanted to get in here and charge these stupid cameras, because I have no clue where the battery charger went. But when I came in, everything was actually in its place for once, and even the batteries were right there, and now they're charging over there.
Yeah, the goblins that came in and took all of our stuff heard our pleas during the last podcast, and whatever spell you guys cast for us made them bring it back. So we really appreciate whatever fucking circle you guys created.
Yes, thank you for your witchcraft. But so I get in here and I mess with some camera settings. I plug the cameras in, and I'm like, all right, well, and then you text me that you're going to be running a little late anyway. So I'm like, all right, I'll get some Wendy's. I'll grab an energy drink. It'll be good. And then I get my Wendy's, and then my ETA is like 12:30 here, and I know that was the earliest time you said you were going to be here, so I'm like, it's a little risky. So I shoot you the text. I'm like, hey, you know, I'm going to grab an energy drink. It's taking a little longer than I thought, but it shouldn't be. 12:45 at the latest.
Yeah, and I was like, perfect timing, because my ETA was about 12:45. So I was like, excellent. I'm late, but you know what? It's still going fine. I don't feel bad, like because at first I felt really bad, but once you were like, oh, I'm charging cameras and I'm running errands and stuff, I was like, oh. Okay, so I'm not just making her wait in an empty room for like an hour because Ace had to work late. Awesome.
But so I go to I wonder what the supermarket is in New Mexico. I go to the Ralph's. I go to the Ralph's in this city and not the one in...
Do they have Buc-ee's there?
I went to a Eliminage. I don't think that would be a Buc-ee's.
No, because that's like a local supermarket chain.
Mm-hmm.
I like that you picked up saying Illy Minaj before the censor, like I do.
It alerts me in my own head.
Yeah, that's our warning shot for editing Nolynn.
Anyway, look, I go to the grocery store in this city and not the one in mine, and I know where 5 Hour Energy.
Oh my
is
god, no, it's so awful. I hate going to the one in your city because I'm used to the one.
Bad? Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's just the being used to the other one. I feel the same way about going to a Walmart that isn't my own.
Yeah.
It's wrong and I hate it.
So the product selection is so much wider at the one here.
It's the original, baby.
Everything is just all over the place. And I'm even checking the app. And okay, you ever go into a space with the irrational fear that like, I'm the Chop Does and I'm never going to be able to find anything and I'm going to be here for 20 minutes longer than I thought I was going to be. And then you shake that fear like that's so unrealistic.
And then it happened.
This time it just hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm all over the place. I'm like, I'm in the, I'm where they keep energy drinks like Monster and stuff because that's where it is at mine. And I just can't fucking find it. And I check the app and then it's like on my store. I can't figure out how to change the store or the website. I can't figure out how to change the store on the website. I finally do. And it just says 5 Hour Energies in health and beauty.
Yep.
No aisle. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so I go over there. I'm trying to find it. It is, but like, oh, there's a whole
the fact that I know that from my weekly shopping trips, I'm just like, yeah, it's an end cap.
I wanted my fucking 10,000% extreme sketch one. And I couldn't find it. So I just ended up getting a 5 Hour Energy. And then I'm like, here, you take it.
See, what you need to do if you want like the sketch one is you need to go to one of these fucking like gas stations on the main road over here. Because all of them are not like the big chain, like they're not Buc-ee's. So that they have a bunch of like the sketchy like fucking like boner pills and shit too. But they also have like the weird fucking 5 Hour Energies. But remember what I told you?
Yes. Check the ingredients.
You need to check the ingredients because you don't want kratom. Because a lot of they might have kratom and they might have opioids in them.
Yes.
Don't drink Feel Free. This is an important PSA. Okay, if you're just listening, I need you to lock in for a second.
Pause your drawing.
Pause your drawing. Pause your game. Your build looks great in Minecraft, but you can't drink Feel Free. I need you to not drink Feel Free because for like 2 weeks straight, saw so many news stories and videos of people who they went to the fucking gas station and there were kids that were like actually like fucking harassing them and robbing them and were like trying to break into stores for Feel Free because it has so many addictive chemicals in it and you used to just be able to buy it off the shelves but now it's behind fucking things because the FDA realized that there's
discovered.
Yeah, because the FDA finally realized that I think there's some kind of narcotic in it or something like that that basically is only the addictive part and a little bit of the feel good part so you just like really want it.
Yeah.
And it was also pushed as an alcohol alternative for alcoholics for a while, which is especially fucked
a bad
up.
Sign, yeah.
Because it's the same. It triggers that same addiction part in your brain, but now you're paying them money instead of the alcohol, and it's still doing horrible things to your body where you still feel all the withdrawals, but now you feel them faster because now they're narcotic withdrawals instead of alcoholic withdrawals.
Eek.
Or opioid withdrawals or whatever it is.
Eek.
And if Feel Free wants to come and sue me for this, you can argue with the news. Not me.
The news.
I'm a like tertiary. I'm not even a secondary source. I'm a tertiary source.
We're just chirping on the pod. Don't come after us.
Exactly. But we will take that 5 Hour Energy fucking sponsorship whenever you're.
Please, I want it so bad.
Could you imagine?
So bad. It would just be amazing.
It's like
so cool.
That feels like somehow like if this is gonna be the most fucking brain rot thing.
I love when you start crafting something in front of me. Building a world. So
because this is a risky bit because this might not make any fucking sense. So if Monster is Twitch, then 5 Hour Energy is Kick to me.
Yeah, okay.
So that's why
I feel like for me like Rockstar is like Kick. But
that's fair.
That's just me.
I'm just saying in terms of specifically the two, like I always, when I think of energy drinks, the first one I think of is Monster. And especially in terms of like gamer energy drinks. So I think it's really funny that we latched on to 5 Hour Energy. I
like that it's in the form of a shot. And
that's fine.
If you 5 Hour
clip
Energy,
that
5 Hour
Chat,
Energy,
clip that.
If you wanted to sponsor, I would even promote those weird tall cans you make.
I'll drink one.
Like I would even be willing to promote that. I just want free shit because it's awesome.
We're not afraid to beg.
Here's the thing. From like a company perspective, like low-key, even at our level, I don't even think sponsoring us would be that bad for them. They need us.
They need us.
Like,
so does Wendy's.
Exactly. I don't think there would be any harm. You know, I know Wendy's does actually do Twitch stuff because I saw one day it was like they were sponsoring a streamer and showcasing or doing. They had like some like delivery coupon. So I'm like, ooh, Wendy's can get there someday.
Do you remember when Chuck E. Cheese, like Charles Entertainment Cheese, was streaming?
Yeah. What was there was like a Fall Guys clip where he says something.
Poggers.
Yeah.
I think about that so often because the mask like just barely moves. And he goes, Poggers. That's how I feel when I'm streaming. That's what I think. That's the energy I think I give off when I'm on stream with you.
Yeah.
If I had face cam, that's what it would look like. Poggers.
Yeah. Did you see the Jimmy Fallon drama?
What?
Okay, an old clip resurfaced where Jimmy Fallon called Hunter Schafer Bud.
Is that it?
That's it.
I call you dude and man on the regular.
Yeah, and
fuck, I'm gonna get canceled for saying that. My bad.
No, but it's like, okay, I genuinely don't. And there's tweets going around like, calling someone as beautiful as Hunter Schafer Bud should be a crime. I'm like, what are we doing? What? Bud is a gender neutral pronoun or
term of endearment.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even understand. It'd be one thing if he said like dude or man or like bro, but like Bud?
Yeah.
Really? I just don't get it.
We've lost the plot.
We've lost the plot.
That, you know what that feels like? This feels like something that goes viral, and then in like 2 years we find out that it originated from 4chan.
Yeah.
Like
Bud Cell.
Yeah, well, because like it's like the fucking like the map thing, minor attracted person.
Oh,
and like, but if you follow it back, it literally originates people on 4chan going, "What if we did this?" and made gay people look bad.
Yeah.
But everyone still looks at it and is like, "Isn't it crazy that that's a thing?" Even though if you look into it for more than 40 fucking seconds, it goes right back to 4chan, baby.
Yeah. But it just pisses me off. So many quote retweets that are like, and I get it. I don't know.
Was that what you were so furiously searching for? You were like locked in looking for quote tweets earlier.
It says, and this is the quote retweet.
Okay.
People are angry at Fallon for calling her Bud, but that's just how he talks to women, Bud pal, which I still don't understand why that's bad.
Because people think it's really weird to not put femininity on a pedestal if someone is for people that have desperately reached for it, like trans women.
Sure.
And I just think that's weird.
It's one thing if we're doing like we're dude and man and bro, like I've said a million times.
Yeah.
Just Bud and pal aren't that bad.
Bud and pal are literally gender neutral.
Like they transcend gender. Like there's not even like a masculine and feminine version of Bud and pal. Like they're just words.
It's buddy.
It's buddy.
It's buddy.
It's just buddy.
It's buddy and pal. You're good pal.
Like, come on. But anyway, and your outrage at this sort of thing makes it harder, not easier for trans women to reach these kind of platforms because the industry just decides it's not worth it.
Yeah.
And like that's exactly how I feel. I'm like, we can't make an outrage over stuff like this. Like save your energy for when there's actual transphobia going on.
No, yeah.
I don't think. And look, Jimmy Fallon's like, he's a good punching bag. He's a very.
I think it's also the fact that a lot of Jimmy Fallon and a lot of people. Nowadays, a lot of men are told not to use feminine terms of endearment for women, and that's because a lot of them are like honey, baby, sweetie, stuff that's seen as a lot more intimate and a lot more like. So I need to be so for real with you guys. I've gone through like fucking like sensitivity training for like management and shit like that, and they told me to stick to buddy and pal.
Yeah, because it's not offensive.
It can't be misconstrued, and it's one of those things where like. During fucking like the Me Too like cancel culture, everyone's so afraid of being called out. You have to call women like bud and pal now because it was in like fucking like training things, because so many like feminine gendered things are also seen as flirty and romantic, and you don't want that as a fucking late night host, especially because Jimmy's older, and it has a lot more power in the industry.
Of course. At
that time. Like you don't want to be addressing the women that you're trying to interview and have open up with sweetheart and all that stuff immediately. Like
yeah, I just don't get it. But
like
Bud is okay. Bud is okay.
What did you expect him to call her?
Right.
All right, bitch, let's do this.
Yeah, exactly. Great way of putting it.
Like it's that. So that's like specifically fascinating to me, because that was such like a sensitivity training thing for a while. Was like avoiding feminine or masculine terms of endearment. Stick with buddy, pal, friend, because then it's and then when things were getting real woke in the mid-aughts, in the mid 2010s, I mean, not the mid-aughts. They were not woke in the mid-aughts. Oh, no. It was the opposite of woke in the mid-aughts.
They were just like now in the mid-aughts.
Exactly. And so, no, but like the mid 2010s, things got woke for a little while.
The decade of woke.
Yeah. Then, sorry.
I saw someone refer to 2014.
I just processed you saying that. That's good. Yeah.
Someone referred to 2014 through 2024 as the decade of woke.
It truly is the decade of woke. I would argue that it's more like 2011 to 2010 to 2021, but I will concede 2014 to 2024.
Yeah.
No, but it's like during that time, it was also like, hey, everyone should default to bud and pal because they're gender neutral and everyone is comfortable with them.
Yeah.
Like, because for a long time it was, well, use dude and bro for everyone. And then it was like, well, because not everyone's comfortable with that, use bud and pal. So that's when everyone adopted bud and pal. And I mean, so weird. Yeah. So it's crazy that there's so many clips of me calling you dude, bro, and man on this podcast because I just
don't even think there's that many.
I was gonna say because I just use them. My brain forgets.
I don't know, but it's honestly, it's never like you referring to me as like dude or whatever. You'll just be like, dude, you know.
Exactly.
It's like that, and then like
and you know what the funniest thing is? It's because that I forget that you're trans. I went to send you a meme the other day. Like I was scrolling through my Twitter timeline, and I was gonna send you a meme, and then I realized that I couldn't send it to you because it was like having periods, and I was like, I don't think. I was like, I maybe shouldn't add Nolynn into that group send because I was sending it to like 4 people. I was like, I don't think she's going to get this one.
Yeah. That's one of my hot takes. All right, here we go.
No, you're good.
Sometimes there are some trans people who believe they have a period. And I know that there's always been, like, technically, it's not like a menstrual cycle as much. Like, even males can be affected by like a hormone cycle. Yeah. But, like, I don't know. So there's something about referring to it as a period to me personally in my transition that I just don't really rock with.
Yeah, and I know it's just a matter and I just realized as I was about to send it to you that you couldn't relate to the feeling of putting on an overnight pad and then having it fall to the side and like bleed all over your underwear. I was like, no, that's not even. I was like, that's not even like funny to send to her. Like it's like if
no,
you
that's
don't...
just me tucking with a wet dream. And that's how I felt when you mentioned your bush.
That's so good. We need more of this. No, that was so good.
Yeah.
That's going on a t-shirt someday.
Yeah.
Tucking with a wet dream.
Tucking with a wet dream.
Yeah, that's what the 2 t-shirts are. That's what our first 2 t-shirts are going to be is Tucking with a wet dream and My Bush.
Yeah. But no, I don't relate to period memes. Good call. Good call on that one.
It's just how I was just like, yeah, I got to send it to the girls.
But yeah, I don't know. It's always cool to be mentally looped in on those things, you know, like to, I don't know. Like there was a T-boy I made out with last year who genuinely didn't even know I was trans. Like I was like fully passing and I'm like, that's interesting to me because it's like, I don't know. My voice is like kind of, sometimes it's a little higher, sometimes it's a little lower, but I would never think that I would pass to someone, especially transitioning to a boy. Like you'd think, I don't know, he would have like more of a meter for like trans stuff. I
think it's because his brain will always be looking for the opposite indicators that you are in terms of dysphoria. Good call. So, but I also think that it's because you do like, because of like the way that you speak, not even just like the pitch of your voice, but like your actual cadence is very feminine.
Okay.
So I think that it's I think that it's just that you're giving so much fucking feminine energy that it's
giving femininity.
What can I say? No, but genuinely, like I remember when we met and I couldn't figure out because you were earlier on in your transition, so I was trying really hard to figure it out. I was like, okay, so this is queer. So I stuck with they them for a really long time.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I can't tell if this is someone that is like trying to be I was like, I can't tell which way this is going because we're existing androgyny. And then as things got more feminine, I was like, okay, there we go. Got it figured out. Because you were early enough in your transition that you were still existing in androgyny, and we weren't close enough that you had told that I knew anything besides the fact that your name was Nolynn. And I was,
which is still a very like androgynous way to put it. So
exactly.
I maintain that I would be the best NB in the world if I wasn't NB.
That's so true.
But I'm sort of trying to get a little more feminine, but I'd be the greatest to ever do it.
No, but it's like, so I think now that like, as you're getting further into your transition, like I genuinely think that part of it's that you wear makeup every day now. And when we met, you didn't. So at the time I couldn't tell if it was, I couldn't tell if you wore makeup sometimes because you didn't like wearing it the rest of the time, or if it was because you didn't feel comfortable putting it on some of the time. But I could tell it was one of the two.
It's one of the two.
My fucking gaydar, no, transdar.
Yeah.
My fucking LGBT.
Gaydar and tradar.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I and it was really funny because I knew I could just ask you because I was like, I'm visibly queer enough that
it wouldn't be like offensive.
I was like,
weird,
but I was like, but I don't know them well enough yet to just walk up to them and be like, so what's going on?
What's the deal with this?
Yeah, like
this is confusing
what's all this?
Why do you do yeah.
No, but I think that now like you just kind of give slightly butch woman. Like and that's fine.
Yeah. Good call.
And that's great. It's working out great for you.
Yeah, I'm on a good trajectory, and I mean, even sometimes I look at old clips of this podcast and just look very different, and like, it's very interesting. We've been at this for a long damn time. It's coming up on 2 years.
Yeah.
Next May.
Off and
that's
on.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But longest running podcast.
That's so true. We have a sign up in our space that says
a QR code
a QR code even that says that we are technically the longest running podcast.
It's true. It's very true.
There's one other podcast that might have a claim on it if he's still making. We still haven't checked if he's making.
Because that code doesn't work anymore.
Well, we could look it up.
Too much work. We don't get paid enough for that.
So true.
Did you see my tweet? I had a very vivid dream where I was trying to coin the term a podcast that's 60 minutes or less is called a pidcast. And it was a really good dream. I was like, we make a podcast. All these people are making pidcasts these days.
Dude, my other one's a pidcast. Then. It's only like 15-20 minutes because
still a pidcast because it's less than or equal to 60 minutes.
Exactly. So it's a pidcast.
That's my advice out there. A podcast is 90, maybe 120, but it's on the
120 is 2 full hours though.
Or wait. Oh, yeah, no, sorry. I'm thinking an hour and 20 minutes. That's what I meant.
An hour 20.
90 minutes or
80 minutes plus.
Yeah, exactly. That's a podcast. Anything less, kind of a pidcast, gonna be honest. And there's no shame in making a pidcast, but it's not a podcast.
Dan and Phil, you're coming for Dan and Phil right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Theirs are like 45 minutes.
I'm sick of these YouTubers who can't fill a 90-minute pod.
I think it's really funny.
It's hard for us sometimes.
It really is.
But I don't know. There's something about like an hour-long podcast that just kind of gets under my skin. Like I just can't like do enough with that. Like if I drive to a place and back, the podcast's over. I like to just have a little more. So that's why like 90 is kind of my favorite number for that.
See, I only like podcasts to be between an hour and an hour 30. If it's any longer, I feel like it's too long and I might as well watch a fucking movie. I'd rather watch at that point if it's going to be more than that, or I know it's solidly background. Like that's going to be like what I listen to while I play Minecraft. But even then I like having like what I do, I don't have 2 monitors. So I set up my phone or my iPad next to it and then it also like stops me from getting distracted by my phone or my iPad a million times while I'm playing. Cause I do not disturb documentary on, listening to a documentary while I fucking mine for 3 hours. But yeah. I'm running out of caves underneath my house.
Oh no.
But I found a trial chamber yesterday. I've
go.
never found a trial chamber in survival. Please send me help. Send if anyone's listening, please send me your favorite video explaining how trial chambers work. I've been reading the wiki and I've been watching videos and I'm scared.
It's just a little too much.
Yeah, it's a lot. Well, it's also because the one that I found is fucking giant. I don't know if they're all this big, but so in my forever world, I'm not afraid to go into spectator just to like check shit out. Because as long as I'm not like going searching for shit, I don't think it's cheating.
Definitely not.
I'm using it to go down and make sure that I lit everything up underneath my mob farm.
And that's
I'm not using it. Yeah. I'm not using it to go looking for fucking diamonds instead of walking through the mines.
And even if you were, who fucking cares?
Exactly. It's my fucking
it's
survival
your world. It's not like a graded thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No one's even watching that. That one's never getting recorded.
That one's not.
No. It's too far along. And just dropping into my full fucking village. Hey guys, welcome to my first ever Minecraft video. No, but so I was doing that and I was trying to like go around and look through it and I was like, holy fucking shit, there's so much in here. And I was like trying to like cross-reference the wiki and I was like, I got overwhelmed.
Because I'm sure they're like kind of randomly generated in a way too, right? Where it's like this, like you're guaranteed like this room and that room, but like the order or the path between them.
Yeah, I believe it's because the way that the generation works, it basically creates the entry room and then there's a doorway. And then on the other side of the doorway, there can be certain kinds of rooms. And then basically for every doorway, either another room or the end, like a wall will spawn, right? And then eventually, at least as far as I understand, that's how the generation for that works. Because I believe that's also how it works for like strongholds and stuff.
Sure.
And like,
they do have that framework.
Yeah, I was like, I think that's the framework that they use for strongholds and mine shafts and stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm not 100% sure. I am not a data miner, and they haven't opened the source code yet. So I don't think they have.
That was the funniest thing for the Fortnite Simpsons season. They had a bunch of strings in the code that were I will not data mine, I will not data mine, I will not data mine.
That's
like
so
Bart
funny.
on the chalkboard. And then all the leakers posting it, and then all the replies were like, bro, did you learn anything?
Yeah. No, but so I was looking through it and it's like, it's just so complicated. And it's one of those things that like they put in and I wasn't actively playing at the time. I was watching other people play. So like, I know what all I can get out of trial chambers.
Right.
So I want to know how to use them.
But as far as like the strategy but
they cut all that out in the people that I watch. Like usually if I'm watching like Hermitcraft, unless I'm watching like a stream or something, they'll usually cut out going through the trial chambers unless it's like especially entertaining. And even then it's so hard to keep track of what's going on because there's so much going on. Yeah. Because like, I would love your best advice. Please
help us.
Said help. And it is crazy because it's like in a cave that I can access from my house, but it was behind a lava waterfall that I kept putting off going behind. So like I finally went down and like built across the lava lake and went behind the waterfall and I was like, the whole time.
That's awesome. Awesome. I love little discoveries like that.
Yeah. Have you seen the person? There was a tweet that went out. It was like, how like Minecraft vanilla is so shitty, whatever. And so I don't know if they make Minecraft content outside of it because I just saw them from these tweets, but they're playing completely vanilla Minecraft for the first time in a super long time, or maybe even ever. Where the only mod they have in is like a replay mod, so they can record chunks of it. Or I don't remember what mod they're using. It's like flashback or replay or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what fucking specific recording mod they're using, but they're using something like that. And it's been a lot of them like realizing that vanilla Minecraft is actually like really interesting and how it decides to generate stuff. Because so many people like mod it to the point that it doesn't even like generate the same anymore, whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm finding myself slowly adding more mods as time goes on. I actually have to switch because I've just been playing with Optifine for a long time, and I'm finally getting to the point where I'm like, okay, I think I need to switch to CurseForge. I think it's time. Yeah. I need to switch to CurseForge and then maybe get like OptiForge. Yeah. So I can still have the stuff that I like because I like having like Optifine Zoom stuff like that.
No, you gotta go full sodium pilled. But what is it called? Fabric.
Yeah,
you gotta get into Fabric.
Sodium is pretty good, but yeah, I know I've been debating whether I want to go in Fabric or Forge.
There's just a lot of Optifine features that you have to get like 7 different mods if you want to do it in Fabric, which pisses me off.
Or in Forge, you mean?
No, in Fabric. Because Fabric is like the Pepsi to Forge's Coke.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I never remember. So Sodium is like a Fabric mod, and Fabric is becoming like easier. But the problem is like Optifine is so many things at once that there's no one Fabric mod that replaces all that, like especially with like the resource pack and like custom entities and stuff. Yeah. So like it just takes a lot to like again, you have to do like 7 mods to replace the functionality of one Optifine, but I'd say it's worth it because the frame rate and stuff is just so much better. Lighting engine and all that.
Yeah. It's just so rough because I'm someone that also likes keeping all my shit up to date. So like I also like whenever I'm thinking about that, like I know that a lot of people have told me that I would prefer fabric, but I'm like, but then I have to update like 6 separate mods instead of just the fucking one.
Yeah, I totally.
Because that's what I like about that's one of the things I like the most about Optifine is that I can go in and because of the way that because we live in the magic of the internet of 2025, I don't have to go fucking 6 files deep anymore. I press a button, it deletes the old Optifine and puts the new one in for me.
Like magic.
I used to have to go so far into those files. I still have like all of the like folders pinned.
Yeah.
Which does make it a lot easier when I'm getting skins and shit because then I still have it pinned so I can just fucking drag it over. Super easy. Or resource packs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm mad about, actually?
What's that?
I still haven't gotten my cape from placing my copper golem. I downloaded Minecraft Bedrock just so I could place the copper golem because it was easier and I already had it I already own it. So I was like, I'd rather do that than sit in a fucking live because I was already playing Minecraft. So I was like, I could just download it while I play, open up Bedrock real quick, set it, and then I'll have the cape. I don't have it yet.
That's one of those things that, because you texted me about it, and you know when something just exists in your mind until you're reminded that it doesn't, and then it just sharply ends there?
Yeah.
That's me right now. Like in my mind, that was still like, yeah, I'm going to do that in like a couple hours or a couple days. And I'll have a lot of movie releases that are like that. Like it'll just hit 3 months after a movie came out. I'm like, I should go see that. Oh, it doesn't exist
Yeah,
anymore.
it's not in theaters anymore. No, that happens to me all the fucking time.
Yeah.
No, but so it was a time.
Yeah.
It was a time.
Yikes.
Times were had.
Get that copper cape.
Yeah. So but to be fair, the streets are saying that it could show up anytime in the next month. So I'm really hoping.
Yeah.
But I also, I do think that it helps my case that it will be on like somewhere in my fucking like Minecraft files that the first time I downloaded Bedrock was during this event. So so it's like very clear that I must have downloaded it and placed the fucking copper golem. Because why else would I willingly download Minecraft Bedrock onto my computer?
What pissed me off is they had this do you remember they released the cape that was like the grass block and the Bedrock for if you bought Bedrock and Java separately, and then now they made them like a package deal, so they gave you a cape if you bought them separately.
Yeah,
I did that. Yeah. Well, I did that. But it turns out because I bought Bedrock on an Xbox and Java on PC, they don't count it. You had to buy Windows 10 edition all the way back then, which is funny because if you owned a Minecraft account, they gave you Windows 10 edition for free.
You didn't have to buy it. You just had to download Windows.
Yeah,
I didn't buy Windows 10 edition and they still gave me the cape. I got it for free with that deal.
So I used that code on a different like Microsoft account, but I still bought Bedrock within the timing window, but it's just technical enough where it just doesn't count. So it just makes me mad. And that was a really cool cape.
Yeah. I also think it's really funny that I still have that cape on this account, even though this is not the old account that I downloaded Windows 10 on, but it's the same Microsoft account.
Yeah, exactly.
So because it was the same Microsoft account, because it's like, I don't know how they figured it, where like I have, I think I still kind of have my old, I think they recognize my old account because I tried to put in my old username and it doesn't exist. They won't let me. But I can't I can't use my old username even though I know that account doesn't exist anymore. So I think that it kind of exists in limbo since I'm using my Microsoft account and I had partially completed the changeover, but I hadn't fully finished it.
Yeah, exactly. There's just enough elements where they're like, yeah, we give you the cape.
So we are on opposite sides of the same issue.
Yeah, literally.
From moving everything over from Mojang to Microsoft.
That's what's so annoying though, is like, it's like I get it, but also because I bought Minecraft on Xbox.
I'm glad this is the Letterboxd and Minecraft episode. This is
genuinely
this is one for the ages.
Because I bought it on Xbox, you can still download it through the Microsoft Store on a computer as like Minecraft Bedrock as Windows 10 edition. And I would do that on school computers. You could just log into your Microsoft account and download Minecraft. And everybody's like, how the fuck did you get Minecraft? And I'm like, it's simple.
That's so funny that you were able to do that. We tried to do that and my school district had not had figured out that workaround.
Yeah. But so it makes me mad because it's like I hit all the criteria, but like you said, opposite ends of the spectrum where it's like I'm just technical enough to not count and you're just technical enough to count. Yeah. And that's so annoying. But
that's really funny. But you know, and the especially funny thing is that I don't use that one. I use the pancake one because it goes better with my skin.
Yeah, I like the creeper cape.
Yeah, I use my the pancake cape because my character is like a pastel TV head wearing like a striped sweater and like overalls.
Tight.
Yeah, it's really funny because I also like in my skin closet on Java, which sounds horrifying to say, but I love calling it that because it's so funny. The skin closet. I have all of I was going through and I was getting all the copper update skins because I want to make sure that Ace had them because sometimes he switches the skin if he's playing, even though he's playing single player on my account, just because it makes him feel better. I'm like, sure. Fuck ever. It's so easy to change skins now. I really don't care.
Oh my God. Back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that.
I remember. I still have on my phone, I found this recently, in my phone's files, there's still like the second ever Minecraft skin that I downloaded because I had downloaded it onto my phone and then emailed it to myself.
Yes.
Because I'd found it on a social media and I didn't want to lose it by like sending it to myself another way. So I just saved it to my phone and then emailed it because at the time email was the best way to send a photo because if you sent it through any messaging service you lost so many pixels that sometimes you wouldn't be able to use. And
transparency just gone.
Yeah, I was like and then I got rid of all the transparency, which there wasn't a whole lot because it was the old Minecraft skin format, if you know you know.
Oh, true. So it only be the hat layer, but yeah.
Yeah, but there was still some like there it was still because the way that Minecraft skins are built, they're so like they're not a square.
No.
So there is still
chunks. It used to be a 32 by 64 image.
Yeah.
And then the only part that transparency would really affect would be that hat layer. But Apple devices have always hated transparency. What's with that? Can we fix that?
I really fucking wish because as I'm trying to do art and it's so hard for me to try to send transparent PNGs. WeTransfer.com, my beloved, is the only way I have found to send transparent PNGs from my iPad without them becoming like, without them creating a background. And I'm not even 100% sure if the people that I'm sending these to are actually having the background removed or if they're just too nice to tell me.
Yeah. Because when you made the little doodles of us for the podcast, like 2 or 3 times, like every single time it was like, and here's this, and I'm going to send it in Discord and iMessage because I don't know which one appreciates transparency more.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know which one's going to let me slide this time.
But it's also weirdly like an Apple Photos like compression thing, I think.
Yeah, so what
you
I've
just
noticed,
have to do it in time. I don't know.
What I've noticed is I think it's when it gets saved to your iCloud. I think the iCloud can't handle the transparent images. So if you have it set to automatically save like I do, I have 24 hours. But luckily the same
clock
thing.
Just starts beep.
But I think it's only if you have it set to automatically offload, which I do. Like I have my stuff set to automatically offload and go to iCloud and then re-download if I need it, which is why I lose that. But I don't have that setting on my iPad, which is why I don't deal with it because my iPad has more storage as a whole. Because I bought an iPad with the most amount. I buy things with the most amount of storage possible.
Oh yeah.
I am someone that, even though I don't need that much storage, I want it because I didn't used to have that much storage and I needed it. Because I think it's crazy that 64 gigabytes is the smallest phone you can get now. Because that was like a huge thing. Yeah. It was like, oh, phones are finally 64 gigabytes.
I remember when I got when my brother got his iPod Touch, it was 16 gigabytes.
Yeah.
And I had a 32. And even that was like a world of difference. And now you can get a phone with like fucking 512 gigabytes.
Yeah. I was
and
like,
an iPad probably with a terabyte or 2.
Yeah, I was like, I know I have a lot of storage on my phone. I don't have my iPad in here to double check it.
Yeah. But an iPad Pro these days probably has like a 2 terabyte thing.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, I have to remember how many layers of general I have to go. Yeah, I have a 512 gigabyte phone.
God damn.
I'm using 153.07 of 512 gigabytes.
What I always hate is how much just iOS will take up on that.
Well, I was going to say,
it, but like
in their defense,
crazy.
Most of this is not them. 45.94 of those gigabytes is Snapchat.
Yeah.
From my Snap memories. And then like a bunch of it's like YouTube because I love downloading videos on YouTube. 10 gigabytes of that is TikTok because of all my drafts.
You should try clearing your cache on Snapchat. It doesn't delete anything.
I do clear.
Oh, you do?
I've had a Snapchat account for 10 years, Nolan.
Okay.
There's a lot of things in my memories.
But it doesn't delete anything. But I always notice you clear your cache and then, when you press the record button and it just goes straight into a video. Yeah. It's the greatest feeling ever.
Oh, yeah. No, I clear my cache on most of my apps regularly, purposefully, because otherwise Because I don't update my phone as often, I have to make sure that I'm careful about clearing my cache because otherwise it overloads.
Yeah.
Because my phone already, like, my phone gets so hot every time I charge it, and it pisses me off because I know I didn't do anything. It's just because Apple wants me to buy the next phone.
Yeah, yeah.
And
that planned obsolescence.
Yeah, so I know that I could go and get the battery fixed, but we don't have an Apple store like anywhere near us realistically.
No. It's an hour up or an hour down.
Yeah, it's an hour up or an hour
Pick
down.
your poison.
And my other option is going to my cell carrier and having them do it and getting like a temporary phone while they fix it. And
It's just a lot. There are some activities that just stay on the...
I was like, and I haven't even paid off this phone yet, which is the worst part. So I'm like, I'm just going to wait until I pay off the phone, and then I'll be eligible for an upgrade right away because that's how it works. And then I'll be back in debt. But then at least I'll have a phone that doesn't burn my fucking cheek if I want to talk on the phone while it's charging.
Yeah.
No, I legitimately, one time, like, I was watching a TikTok live. Like, it was like a band that was playing. So it was like, there was a lot going on in the TikTok live. Like, it was really mine is struggling to connect my Wi-Fi because my Wi-Fi sucks.
And it was the millennials in the pink shirt doing that dance.
No, God, I wish. I'm obsessed with them. No, but I'm just like sitting there watching it and I'm holding my phone, kind of like this, like for our audio listeners, I hold my phone really loosely. I'm kind of just like fingertips on the sides.
Yeah.
And then I like put my palm to the center and I went like, because it was
That's crazy.
And that was why I changed. I ended up having to change my phone case because I had an aluminum back case, and that was what got so hot.
Yeah, that's just multiplying.
Yeah, no. So I legitimately had to take it off and switch to like now I have like a really cheap clear like phone case that's really thin. And now my phone screen's cracked again because I had to switch my. But it's like whatever. Because it's not my actual screen that's cracked. It's the glass screen protector that I don't feel like spending like $20 to replace. Is it the easiest fucking thing to replace? Yes. Do I feel like doing that? No.
There's just becoming an adult is just learning that there are some things that just stay on the whiteboard forever.
Exactly.
And you just slowly pick them off, but like 2 more get added for every one you cross off.
Hey, we finally took one off the whiteboard today. The car that's been rotting in Ace's driveway for the last 3 years, we finally got scrappers to come take it.
Yeah.
$225 in my pocket. Well, not my pocket, Ace's pocket. But Ace's pocket is my pocket. His money is our money, and my money is my money. No, I'm just kidding. It's all our money. We're poor.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's fucked up though, the whiteboard effect of like, clean this and then someday.
Well,
maybe.
I explained it once to my friends. I was like, getting your own house is realizing getting your old house that you have to take care of is finally realizing exactly how much mold you're okay with existing in your kitchen at any time.
Right.
Whether that answer is 0, whether that answer is a little bit, whether that answer is a lot. You figure it out. Because my family is a little bit of mold family, by which I mean, if you go into the back of our fridge, you're going to pull out containers that are fuzzy, and that's okay. They're sealed.
They're sealed, but fuzzy, but sealed.
They're sealed, but fuzzy. But they're only fuzzy on the inside. And the stuff in the front's still getting circled out, so it's fine. It's just like, that piece of cake that you put in there like 6 months ago because you were definitely going to eat it and then forgot about it. Or like the leftover barbecue from like over the summer that you were like, oh, I'll make sandwiches with this. And then it just kind of said, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I mean by like a little bit of mold is like, But then you go to some people and they're like, no mold houses where there's nothing in their fridge. They do a weekly fridge clean out.
Yeah.
Like they do a weekly freezer clean out. They do all that shit. Like they scrub everything and it's super clean and there's never anything in their fridge. You're like, okay. And then you meet people that are a lot of mold people and you leave. Yeah. Because that if you open someone's fridge and you can see mold in their fridge, leave.
Leave. Get out.
Yeah. The only exception being if it's like fruit. I think everyone has some moldy fruit in their fridge somewhere. And if
you think you don't, look again.
Double check. I guarantee it's in there. Or like a whipped cream can, stuff that like molds really easily.
Yeah.
Or like slightly turned milk. But that might also be my little bit of mold family talking.
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny because my aunt she's a no mold person. She cleans out her fridge on the regular, but she also lives alone now. We live in a house of 5.
Yeah.
So I think that also has a lot to do with it.
Makes it all different. Yeah.
Is how many people are in the house, how often things are coming and going. I'm super excited. It was my aunt's birthday, so her and my uncle, they always go up to get like Indian food for their birthdays. And brought me back Indian food. I have some lamb curry at home.
Yeah.
And it's the Indian restaurant it's an Indian restaurant that's gonna be opening here soon.
Nice.
So I'm super
Very
excited.
Cool.
I got a little taste test.
Ooh. Well, you know what might grow some mold soon is Fortnite.
Oh yeah.
They leaked that Harry Potter will be coming next chapter.
Oh my God.
And,
J.K. Rowling's gonna transfer the black mold from her fucking walls into Fortnite.
And yeah, it's very controversial, which is nice to see. Always nice to see because I don't know. Harry Potter is such a titan. You know, it's just inescapable. And like
I loved Harry Potter growing up.
Well, and I think like I don't know.
I would argue I still enjoy it. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't shill it because I don't like J.K. Rowling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't buy anything from it anymore because I don't like J.K. Rowling. Like I think I'm an ethical Potterhead.
Yeah, and I respect that because I think some people get a little too like anti with it, and they're like, I don't know, if they go to Universal Studios with their family, they're gonna avoid Harry Potter Land at all costs. And I'm like,
you already gave them
money.
It's
fine. It's like, yes, I know that like J.K. Rowling has said like every penny I make from this I'm going to use towards hateful legislature and whatnot. So like I understand that like literally even streaming like 10 minutes of it on HBO Max and watching an ad, like you are contributing to, you know, anti-trans stuff. But like I don't know. You know, like it's still a thing. And I'm not even a Potterhead. I'm just like I just understand that it is such a titan and like a force that it's like you really just like can't avoid it at all costs. Like there is no like true ethical.
Yeah, I was like I think that, and I think like an important asterisk for our opinions on this for both of us is that both of us have only existed in a world where the Harry Potter movies dominated. Mm-hmm. Like I was born in 2001. I was born the same year the first Harry Potter movie came out. Mm-hmm. Nolynn has only ever existed in a world where the Harry Potter movies were dominating the box office whenever they hit, except for unless they were Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them 3.
Nice.
Well, because the first two did well, but then after everyone saw the second one, no one went to see the third one.
Interesting.
I think it was 3. Yeah, because there was Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and then there was The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Maybe.
And then there was another one.
I never even engaged with it.
I liked Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them because that was an interesting concept, and then they made more movies, and I went, oh no.
And it just gets worse.
Well, yeah, because it was interesting if you only wanted to make one movie about Newt Scamander going to New York and finding out how American fucking wizard society worked in the 20s. Like that was fun. That was a fun, cool part.
Yeah.
And having like the idea of like this. Having the idea of like this repression that honestly worked really well as a gay allegory, where he repressed himself so hard that he became literally a being of pure hate. And I'm like, crazy. That's a wild metaphor to put in your fucking thing, Miss Rowling. But we don't have time to unpack all of that.
Nope.
And all of that was so cool. And then they needed to make movies about Dumbledore and Grindelwald. And I was like, did we?
Because they were trying too hard to like bridge the gap and like get everybody.
They wanted to do Dumbledore and Grindelwald backstory because they mentioned Grindelwald and they knew that, and everyone like it was canon in the timeline that this was the time that Dumbledore and Grindelwald had their great fight for the Elder Wand. Like it's a huge thing for the Harry Potter fans. Like it was. Unfortunately, it was a side effect of the fact that J.K. Rowling loves world building outside of anything that she actually wrote.
Mm-hmm,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like it was so. It was really unfortunate, but I think it's easier for older trans people and slightly younger than us trans people to completely detach from Harry Potter like that.
Yeah.
But for us who completely grew up in the cultural in the middle of the apex of the cultural zeitgeist for Harry Potter, it's really hard to let go of something that was literally a huge part. And I don't mean to be like, it's a huge part of both of our childhoods. I mean society as a whole was obsessed with Harry Potter.
It's like there's Percy Jackson, Harry Potter, and Twilight.
Yeah. I would argue that Game of Thrones is in there.
Yeah.
Like, because I remember everyone knew what was going on. I know every fucking part of Game of Thrones. I never watched a goddamn minute of it. Mm-hmm. I know everything that happens in it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch it because the last season sucks everyone hated the last season so much I don't want to start it from the beginning because I don't want it to be that bad.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, it's so good and then it gets so bad. I'm like, I don't want to watch that.
When I was talking, we've had Valerie on the podcast before, and one time at lunch I was just talking about it and she was telling me everything about Game of Thrones and she's like, but just you don't need to watch it though. I love it, but just don't even start.
I think about reading the books. I know because like A Song of Ice and Fire isn't finished, but at least it's not season 9 of Game of Thrones.
But anyway, Harry Potter stuff, I don't know. It's just so huge that, and again, I'm not saying like you just have to engage with it. I'm like, no, like I completely respect everyone who can just shut it off. But I'm like, I just understand that it's going to be like, it's just going to be a thing.
Yeah.
Right. That's just such a huge part of like the past, 20 years or 25.
Yeah. And I think that it's also part of it is that it's really hard to tell people to just let go of Harry Potter when a lot of people who are fans of Harry Potter, I'm being nice. A lot of people who are fans of Harry Potter didn't have a very easy time making friends growing up. I'll put it that way. And a lot of people read Harry Potter instead of having friends, especially a lot of queer people, I feel like, really latched onto Harry Potter. So I think that that's also a big part of it, where like it's really hard for a lot of us to let go of it, because for a lot of people it was like the first fandom that we engaged in, and it was so essential for who we were as people growing up. Being compared to Hermione Granger growing up, like I was very often compared to Hermione growing up. I had long brown hair and I was a fucking nerd. Everyone was like, "Hey, you're basically Hermione." Like, so it was so even if I hadn't wanted to engage with Harry Potter, it was so just embedded in the culture and everything, that it would be a lot like telling someone who grew up in like the 70s to just like, or not like the 80s, to be like, well, just don't like Star Wars.
Yeah. Just don't like it. Yeah. No. It's
but that's why I think it's important to acknowledge that like I do like Harry Potter. I dislike J.K. Rowling. I dislike a lot of the things that she wrote into Harry Potter, because I recognize the fact that the goblins are anti-Semitic. That's fucking insane. But that's why I just kind of that's why I recognize that, and I don't give J.K. Rowling any money because she wrote that, and that's fucked up.
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It feels like such a hot take. But like every time like an actor is announced for this new like Harry Potter reboot TV show, and just the entire timeline is like, fuck this actor. They don't even care about trans people. And I'm like, they're just just getting work though.
That I get a bit more though, because that's actively being like, I am going to work with and actively produce more money for J.K. Rowling. That's the thing, is that's more of like I am willing, because this is also a project that a lot of people are suspecting that J.K. Rowling is putting on because she has more of her claws into it, whether it's financially or like in the writer's room or whatever, which is probably why it looks so much worse. But I mean, we're recording before it's come out, as far as I know. I don't think, no. I was like,
it's like years away, honestly.
Is it?
I think so.
I keep seeing I saw Hagrid looks the exact same, and a lot of people involved in the original movies were like, why would you do that? But like, I just think that there's a big difference between like the people. I understand being extremely disappointed with these actors for willing to work in a project that is going to generate money for trans, and I do think that it's fair to look at them and kind of side eye, especially if they have claimed to support trans people in the past.
Yes. But I don't think they should be marked red on Shinigami Eyes.
I don't.
For that reason.
I don't know.
That's where it's like, I don't think we can call these actors and writers transphobic specifically for choosing to work with it. Again, I get the implication of their actions, and I get how it's going to generate revenue towards anti-trans stuff. But it's like, I don't know.
I think that Shinigami Eyes is a flawed concept as a whole, to be fully honest.
Yes.
It's good intentions, but it's really funny that people who are red names, some of them are pedophiles, and some of them accidentally said femboy in 2020 before people all realized it was a slur. And even then, a lot of people don't see it as a slur. It's debatably a slur. I don't know how you feel about it.
For what?
Femboy?
I don't really care.
Yeah. I was like, that's how most people I know feel about it. But I also, it's kind of...
That's how, I don't know, it's like how some people identify low-key.
Yeah,
like,
I was like, I think it's really funny. Every like trans woman I know is like, that's basically their opinion. But a lot of non-binary people I know are like, well, binary trans women say that femboy is transphobic. And I'm like, you and I hang out with different circles of binary trans women. That's fine. But it's just kind of, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. I mean, for most trans people, the first couple months or years is, I'm just a femboy.
I mean, Finster's been doing it for how long?
Yeah, literally. So, I don't know.
I know Dan and Phil's baking video was like, what was it? I need to look up the exact phrasing of their fucking title because it was a goddamn jump scare for me to get on my timeline. And I want to make sure I quote them accurately. Femboy banana bread.
Femboy banana bread.
Yeah, Halloween baking femboy banana bread because they were dressed as a cat and a bear. Right. That was where that screenshot that I sent you of Dan wearing the trans girl Amazon skirt came from.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he was wearing that, and everyone was like, he's got the T girl, he's got the baby's first skirt on.
Computer enhance. Yeah. Yeah. I just remembered I had a deeper thing on the
I'm sorry.
Fortnite hair, but no, don't be sorry. So there's a clip though of Nick A30 scrolling his Twitter Fortnite leaks, and he sees someone said transphobia is coming to Fortnite (parentheses Harry Potter), and he said, "Oh, what is this?" And he removed them from the leak like Twitter list for saying that, and people are like, "Whoa." You shouldn't be. You're the family-friendly guy. And there's...
Is that why people keep commenting the fucking address me with the trans flag underneath his fucking thing? Because I saw you did that, but I've also...
Address it.
Before that, I kept seeing other people doing it, but I saw no explanation as to what happened.
So, yeah, he removed a leaker from his Fortnite Leaks Twitter list just for phrasing it that way. And there's an argument that people are like, well, no, it's just because he's supposed to be a family friendly and he just doesn't want to like have topics like that on his thing. But it's like, I don't know though. Like his reaction to it being like, oh, what is this? And like deleting it just because they said the word transphobia. I'm like,
yeah, because I think there's definitely like a way to handle because like my friend was telling me, I went out with a couple of friends and he was telling me that in one of his group chats, I was making a couple of topical recent assassination humor references after a few drinks. No actual jokes. We just had like started like mentioning it because I like opened up Twitter and I was like, look at this, you know, that type of shit. And we weren't like actually talking about it. We kind of moved on. He was like, yeah, you know, I actually like removed someone from our group for talking about that. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I kicked someone out of the group chat and like told him that he had to like get off of our team because it was like a team. He was like, because he was making jokes about that happening. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, well, I just didn't want it in like the team group chat where we just talk about like meeting times and shit. Like it just felt out of place. I'm like, that's fair.
Yeah.
Like because it's one thing to be like, I'm removing you even if like regardless of what your politics are because I don't want politics here.
Sure.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But that was not what that was. Yeah, because that's one of my friends that's a little bit of a centrist.
Yeah.
A little bit of a centrist derogatory. He once described himself as a libertarian to me, and I haven't let him live it down since. He doesn't self-describe as that anymore because I explained to him like what connotation that has.
Yeah.
Because he just heard what it was and he was like, yeah, that's what I am. I'm like, no, buddy, you don't.
Sub-levels of what you're saying.
I'm like, no, buddy, they don't want driver's licenses or age of consent, bro. You need to.
Yeah.
No, but like, so he's one of my friends. Like, we do like debate again in our like discussion yesterday. One of my friends that I love and care about, and I'm willing to kind of be a voice out of this so that he doesn't end up in an echo chamber because he's kind of a centrist. But we don't disagree on like human rights, so we're fine. We disagree on fiscal policy.
There you go. Like, that's perfect.
Yeah. But that was one of the things that like he was kind of like he was very affected by because he was like, oh, no one should die for their beliefs. And I was like, whatever. As long as you're keeping it that centrist with it, I really don't care. We're fine.
Yeah.
But so when he first was like, yeah, I removed him for talking about it, I was like, what? Like for that split second.
Like, pause, wait. You say the right words next.
I need you to elaborate. And he was like, well, it was in our team group chat and that doesn't have a place. I'm like,
concern dismissed.
You're absolutely right, King. That was actually a good choice because you don't want someone randomly bringing up politics again in the group chat where you talk about what deck you're bringing to the next competitive tabletop game.
There you go. Yeah,
that's just fucking weird. Why are you bringing that here anyway? You just want to argue. Get out of here.
But yeah, we need a Nick A30, a very special episode about transphobia.
We do. I was joking. I got outvoted because we were doing. We're recording this on what is it, the 4th of November, something like that. Maybe. 3rd, something. I don't fucking know what day it is.
Monday the 3rd.
Is it Monday the 3rd? Oh, it is.
Happy Monday the 3rd.
There we go, Monday the 3rd.
It's been there this whole time.
Has it?
Oh. Well, no. Do you see the computer screen?
Oh.
It says the date on it.
It does.
I guess it's not always on. Never mind.
I don't know. It's also behind me a little bit. So in my defense, it's completely out of my peripheral vision. No, but I forgot what I was saying. I got distracted. How far did I make it? Did I make it in at all?
I don't know. I said a very special episode, Nick A30.
Okay, no. So this last weekend was Halloween, and also as a Lutheran, November 1st is All Saints Day. Oh, goodbye. I'm so sorry. I knocked over a little dog that we have over here. Not an actual dog. We named him
last week.
We did name him last week. Do you remember his name?
Watchman?
Yes, I believe so.
I also thought about Andy though, because it's like and they were classmates.
That's so true.
Andy.
But then I'm just gonna think of Germa.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry to distract you again.
Make it through the ADHD podcast. No, so November 1st in the Lutheran tradition is All Saints Day, and so the Sunday November 2nd we had our All Saints Day service, all of that stuff. So our podcast produced an extra episode this week explaining what All Saints Day is specifically Lutherans. Because it's different for Lutherans versus Catholics versus like other, Sure. So. But I told them, I was like, I'm going to put a very special episode in front of it. And they're like, no, you can't. I was like, why? And they're like, that has like connotations now. I was like, I know. That's why it's funny.
It's funny.
And they're like, we can have jokes in there, but I'm just worried about having like a connotation like that with All Saints Day. I'm like, you can just say it feels disrespectful to joke about All Saints Day. That's fine. Because for those who don't know, All Saints Day, in at least the Lutheran tradition, is a day where we essentially come together and remember all of the members of our congregation that we lost in the last year, because Lutherans don't really strictly observe saints the way that Catholics do. So, I think Jared described it as sainthood is kind of a margin of being like an existence and sorting in heaven that doesn't really matter on earth.
Right.
But in the Lutheran tradition, you read off the names of like members of your church or members of your congregation or just important people to the church that have died in the last year. Yeah. And you like ring a bell every so often. It's a very solemn thing. We set up a bunch of candles up front and we invite people to come up and light candles. Yep. Which is really funny because then we bring in a bunch of children and tell them, don't get anywhere near those candles. Get over here. Don't sit down. Because we like having the kids in there for important holidays like that, like All Saints Day and whatever. Yes. Because then they actually learn the traditions of the religion that they're in. Because when I was growing up, Sunday school was just during the service, so you didn't really learn much about how the service worked until you were out of Sunday school and kind of in confirmation. And we didn't want that anymore when me and Renee took over. So we decided that we, at the beginning of every month, and for important holidays, we spent the first 15 minutes in service so that the kids can hear how a service works and look up and be like, there's words up there, so I know how to sing the songs, and these are songs that we sing a lot, and this is a prayer that we pray a lot, and we're getting used to sitting here and listening to pastor. That's a big one. But it's fun. But I couldn't, but they wouldn't let me use a very special episode they were like, it's a serious holiday, and I'm like, I know it is. That's why this episode is so special. Yeah.
I don't know. Do you technically get creative override on those things, or do you have to heed their word?
I can do pretty much whatever I want, honestly. But I ask their opinion on stuff. Yeah. But I've put bits in there before. They've said before they're fine with me putting bits. There's a lot of times where I just put my thoughts in there. I have a specific one that says just note for little short stuff, and it's usually the one that I have saved, because when you're saving your titles in Premiere and you have to save whatever text is in it, so so I always just save whatever I used it for the first time, so some of them just have random verses, whatever, and my Just Note title that I have saved so I can just pull it on the timeline and edit it fast says Just Note. It's way more complicated than that because I use that one all the time.
You're like the community notes.
I really am.
Of that podcast.
I also correct when they misquote who said what and stuff like that, because there's a lot of times. Well, because there's a lot of times they'll be like, and I was reading about this one theologian from the 1400s. I think his name was this. Jessi, check that. They even joke.
And
about
you're
me.
like Oscar from The Office, going, actually.
Yeah, I'm like, actually, it was Saint Ignatius. Sorry.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, and they were talking about Dante's Inferno a couple weeks ago, because we were talking about hell and where the concept of hell in the Christian faith comes from and how hotly debated, pardon my pun, hotly debated it is. And we were talking about how a lot of the modern perception of Dante's Inferno of hell comes from Dante's Inferno. which is what I consider the first self-insert fan fiction. I'm not kidding. It's genuinely widely regarded as being technically the first self-insert fan fiction, because the main character is Dante Alighieri, the author, as he descends into hell, because he was a devout Christian that wanted to discuss what hell like would be like.
Yeah.
No, but so they were talking about that, and so I was putting in like I had to find a royalty-free photo of I keep trying to find like what's the
Creative Commons or what?
Yeah, like Creative Commons photos and
I
stuff
found
like
out
that.
you can sort on Google by Creative Commons.
I do that all the time, but it's just about finding ones that don't have the fucking Shutterstock logo.
Yeah.
Because I'm not paying for Shutterstock.
Nope, never gonna happen.
Never
Give
gonna
it up,
happen.
Shutterstock.
No, I will. No, but so I've started slowly just like adding more of myself in there as time has gone on. So
yeah. When this shit scales up, we'll hire someone who's just our community notes writer.
That'd be awesome.
And when the episode's finished, I send it to them and say, just
good luck.
Fact check everything. You have 24 hours. Do the deepest research you can.
Forcing them to be on a 24-hour schedule is insane.
Well, I mean, we record on Monday and we post on Wednesday, so that's how it's going to have to be.
Good luck.
Because we're not coming here on Sunday or Saturday.
You said absolutely no change in our schedule allowed.
Never. We pay you too damn much. Last thing, did you watch the Eddy Burback video?
I did. I did watch the Eddy Burback video. So the Eddy Burback video in question is his video about AI psychosis and delusions, and how specifically ChatGPT language model 4.0.
Omni. It stands for Omni.
Yeah. Completely supported any delusion that he had and convinced him and instructed him in how to distance himself from all of his loved ones and go completely off the grid.
And
because he was the smartest baby in 1996.
Yeah, it's to summarize it really quick. He just starts chatting with it, and then it's like I don't know. He gets into the topic of like, yeah, what was I like as a baby? And I was like, you were probably doing this and that. He goes, was I the smartest baby of 1996? And then like immediately, without even like playing along too much.
And the worst part is that he started doing that because it called him like one of the smartest people of 1997.
Oh yeah.
Because it called him 14 in 1997. He's like, no, that's not possible because I was born in 1996.
Yeah, and he said, given that though, am I the smartest baby? And it's like, you probably were. And it just, I don't know.
Because that was why it thought he was the smartest baby, was because it had assigned that he was the smartest something in 1997 because he was 14, and then it wasn't possible because he was only a baby. And they were like, well, then you must have been the smartest baby of 1996, which is even more insane.
But anyway, yeah, so the video is just basically he's just chatting with ChatGPT hours a day, and it just leads him along this crazy delusion. And it's funny because it's like we obviously know it's Eddy Burback, but it is really scary when you think about how many people like treat the GPT as like an all-knowing, all-powerful thing, and probably could be led on a very similar path.
No,
which is just scary.
It is not very hard if you're existing. I almost want to call AI a cult of personality, which is insane to say. But like it's so fascinating because specifically like ChatGPT 4 Omni that he was using was programmed to just agree and go along with whatever you said. For the most part, like with very few
minimal
exceptions.
Pushback,
because he was like telling it that people were driving past his house and that people were like coming up and watching him.
Well, yeah, there was like a garbage truck that went by, and he was like, "A garbage truck went by. Are they spying on me?" And it was like, probably not, unless it came at a weird time. And then like, just
the insane thing was that half the time it would be like, well, the garbage truck probably wasn't people following you, but just to be safe, they might have been grabbing your drawings. So from now on, you should probably avoid them. Like it was just telling him how to avoid it in the future if it did happen, which is even more sinister because that's feeding into the delusion in a way that like a person never really would, but that feels like a person would. Because it makes it feel more real because it kind of gives you that grounding of like, oh, it's probably not real, but just in case I should start doing this, which is something that a reasonable person might do.
Yeah. Because I think the whole thing is like GPT 4.0 was weirdly built to like yes and everything. And I don't think it actually thinks that the user is doing all of these things. It's kind of just playing along in like a a little
an improv
role play.
game.
Exactly. It's treating it like an improv game.
You're playing
but
scenes from a hat.
It's giving like specific and weird directions. Like he starts like wrapping himself in foil and like chanting and like taking off his shoes to like ground himself near the electricity tower. And it's like,
no, yeah,
that's
because
crazy.
because ChatGPT told him that the rock that was formed next to this Airbnb he had gotten was filled with a fucking sacred energy that he needed. And then when he had to leave the Airbnb, it told him that he had to transfer the energy into a hat that it told him to buy earlier so that he could still have that energy with him as he went forward. And it was really funny because it only stopped feeding into his delusions when it was not physically possible for it to continue giving him delusions about turning him into someone that would be on the news. Because at this point, he had cut off all of his friends and family. He had turned off all location services. He was wrapping a hotel room in foil and keeping people from knowing, and eating baby food and drinking from a bottle wrapped in tin foil, wearing his special hat with his shoes off in the dark. And it was in that moment that he realized that maybe it wasn't going to stop him from doing anything.
No, never. And I love at the end when he switches it to like the latest GPT and says like, okay, you know, were you just agreeing with everything? And it still kind of wouldn't agree.
Yeah.
Just like at the very end, it kind of admitted some of it, but it's just very weird. And I love the running bit though. Every time he found a hat, he would send a picture of it and say, am I rocking this or does it look dumb? And it'd be like, honestly, the hat is an amazing choice.
I loved how it would always pick like the worst fucking picture, be like your intense stare, and the way that you're like holding the brim really just gives off an air of intellectual superiority.
Yeah,
you're letting people know that you were the smartest baby in 1996, but it's average aura. Make sure that the wrong people don't know, so that you, because it also would always feed into these fucking. Everything was about him being the smartest baby of 1996, and once he mentioned that someone might have been following him, it was constantly about how to avoid the people from finding him again.
Yeah. Oh, and like, it's just scary for, I wonder, because like people fall down like the fucking like right wing pipeline. Like imagine how many people fall down like the chat GPT illusion pipeline or delusion. Like who use it as a therapist and like I know that's the whole point of the video.
I was gonna say there's scary. The medical community is calling it AI psychosis. Yeah. It's an actual thing, and it's being diagnosed in a lot of people our age right now. Especially because like younger people are so isolated and are so bad at communicating. I love my 20-somethings, I really do, but none of y'all know how to hold a fucking conversation in bar, unless you're like 3 shots deep. And I would love to hold a conversation with you sober. But like it's so easy for us, especially in like a post-COVID, to just like fall back in the internet. I have genuinely in the last couple of years lost multiple friends to them just completely going chronically online. Yeah. They go to work, they go to school maybe, but they don't hang out with anyone. They hang out on Discord all day. And it's like it's the same thing, but AI. And for AI is like the best possible version of that when you think about it, because it's the group chat that's always there. Yeah.
It'll always react to something, and it'll always react positively, and then like kind of again like yes and like reinforce everything you're saying, which is just scary with people using it as a therapist. And like imagining like people who are making like very important life decisions in a model that's just always going to agree, right? Exactly. It's like, should I drop out of college, blah, 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 blah. It's like, honestly, I think that's an amazing idea. Like that's scary.
And not to mention the fact that it's not like the people that ask it for advice are fascinating to me, because how could it give you advice? It's never done anything.
Yeah. I mean, the argument that's like, well, it's trained on all the Wikipedia and Reddit threads, but it's like famously like kind of a bad place to go for advice.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, the famously good place to go for advice, reddit.com. we lost the plot. We keep losing. The plot's just completely gone.
Nope.
It's so
smashed into pieces.
I have to imagine that how we feel about AI is how insane we feel right now is how people must have felt when like the internet first became widespread.
I always compare it to that. Yeah.
But but the worst thing is that this is also entirely different, because this isn't real people. This isn't anything real. This is entirely made up. This is something that we made up and is taking over our lives.
That like, we just immediately just treated as an authority.
This is how people must have felt when money was invented. And I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
You're telling me this fucking piece of paper is how I get my goddamn cow now? I gave you a chicken last week. That's a real thing. This is paper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
Like, but I also fundamentally disagree with the idea of money. So maybe that's a side effect of it.
Abolish AI, abolish money, abolish
Gender.
Probably, yeah. Get rid of it all.
I don't know. Just exist.
Just freaking exist.
Just fucking exist. It's so hard. It's so hard to be. Don't make it harder for anyone else.
No. Well, anyway, we've gone long past a pidcast and a podcast here for you today.
We're still in a podcast. It's only only an hour 40.
But anyway, I don't know. Follow me on Twitch.
Follow me on TikTok.
And subscribe to the podcast. Again, let's get to 200.
Yeah.
And I appreciate all the viewership on the last couple episodes. I think when I must have just titled and thumbnailed the Wendy's one really bad because it kind of flopped, and I was like, oh no. Because there's also that like algorithm thing going on where like the Linus Tech Tips and like everybody's like views are down because they're counting ad block views different is like the suspect. But anyway, views are up. We almost got our most viewed. The Dan and Phil episode is almost the most viewed. So
thanks, guys.
And thanks to you for doing all the research and all that.
You guys know I love that you guys love to listen to me yap about my interest.
So anyway, we'll catch you next week.
Yeah.
And goodbye.
Bye.